this is AJ Weisgerber, and I'm going to share my report on Hamilton's report, Alexander Hamilton, that is, on the subject of manufacturers. So written on December 5th of 1791, Hamilton composes grand idea of how the government should support and promote manufacturing in the United States. So basically, he feels that America should be very industrious, should build up his industry, and it should maintain agriculture, like Madison was saying, but that shouldn't be the main part of the economy. And he feels that the government should really try to put a lot of effort into supporting a larger industrial economy in the United States. So 4 ways he planned on doing that was to enhance the division of labor, promote emigration of skilled laborers, and impose some restrictive tariffs which were meant to protect domestic production of goods, and a system of incentives for factories which were called bounties. The very first idea Hamel addressed in his report on manufacturers was the necessary enhancement of the division of labors, which basically says that there should be one person doing one job rather than doing multiple jobs to get one task done, and this would make a greater perfection of the product they make, and in a more efficient time. So Hamilton he actually cited a lot from Adam Smith's book Wealth of Nations, and he talked about in the division of labor there comes great skill and dexterity from the workers. It saves time, and there's an extended use of machinery. So basically, the greater skill and dexterity results from a laborer's focus on one single task rather than focusing on several tasks to reach one goal, which is making their product. For example, when there are manufacturers in a country that make tools, the farmers don't have to worry about making their own tools to till their land. All they have to worry about is tilling the land, and they don't have to make the tools. And on the other side, the manufacturers don't have to worry about growing their own food. They have the farmers doing that for them. In return, they're selling them the products and tools that they build for the farmers to cultivate their land. So it goes in a circle. And the division of labor also saves time by not wasting it. When workers have one task to focus on, there's no frequent transition from one operation to another, which wastes a lot of time in the long run. And time is money. So, money. Lastly, the division of labor leads to the improvement of machinery, and because it allows the worker to devise innovative ways to shorten their work time by modifying the machines that they operate, which increases productivity by saving time and making a better product. So, on top of a division of labor, Hamilton discussed the benefit of attracting skilled laborers from foreign countries, like in Europe. This was very important in Hamilton's idea of increasing productivity to help the economy, because if you get more skilled workers, which were in big demand in America with all the new industries that were starting to pop up in the country, their extensive knowledge in their trades would drastically speed up the process of industrializing in Hamilton's eyes. And but however, for America to attract these skilled laborers from their home countries, Hamilton proposed that they be paid or subsidized by the government, and so they could move over here and get a house and be supported by the government. But in turn, the country would have increased productivity in the factories that these skilled workers would be working at, which would give the government money. So it's a win-win for the worker and the government. And also the skilled laborers would make production more efficient, which also saves time. Once again, time is money. And also, next point, Hamilton also believed it was necessary to impose restrictive tariffs on foreign imports in order to protect the American industry from foreign competition. This part of Hamilton's report was designed primarily to break Britain's grasp on the Americans because of their lack of domestic industry. This was important because in George Washington's annual speech in 1790 to Congress, he claimed that the promotion of manufacturing would make the United States independent for essential goods, especially for the military, rather than having to pay. This would save the United States money and protect U.S. industries from foreign industries like in Britain, which were already much bigger than the United States. And also this would help keep money within the country's borders and increase demand of products made in the country, in the United States, thus increasing production of goods at home. Along with tariffs, the extra money made from tariffs could also be used to finance the bounties on production. And when I say bounties, I don't mean like the New Orleans Saints trying to injure other players on other teams. I'm talking about it's a government incentive offered to companies to perform better and be more innovative in their trades to make production better. And in Hamilton's mind, the apprehension of failing in new attempts undermined entrepreneurialism, because if the producer failed, they would lose a lot of money. So these bounties, it offers them a safety net because it gives them a reason to actually take a risk, because taking risks means there's a big possibility of losing money, and companies never want to lose money. And also, bounties had a more direct and uplifting effect than the import tariffs because they did not create a scarcity and raise domestic prices of goods. For example, taxes from raw materials grown, such as cotton, were used to subsidize factories that used the cotton to make textiles for clothing. Both the agricultural and industrial interests would be benefited from the bounties, and in summary, the bounties would increase productivity and benefit the economy because it allowed manufacturers to take bigger risks to better their trade and compete better with other companies. In conclusion, Hamilton's report on the subject of manufacturers gives the country new ideas to possibly expand its economy and heighten its level of productivity. And however, unfortunately, Congress never acted upon much of this report that Hamilton made, and except for the restrictive tariffs, because I guess they saw those as an immediate form of money that they make, because at the time the country was in need of money, and a lot of the other plans within this report were very liberal in the fact that they'd need to spend a lot of money first in order to make money later, and I guess they didn't see that as feasible. And so listing all the aspects of his plan again, the division of labor, protective tariffs, skilled immigrant workers, and bounties were all designed to better the national economy and allow it to compete globally at a time when success and money were needed to get the country moving. Thank you.